Hello guys, I'm Eugene and today I'm going to talk about an article review about feed intake measurement of crustaceans. Measurement of feed intake is an important area of study to apply sciences of fisheries and aquaculture. In group trials, aquaculture species are fed ad libitum to ensure they have enough to eat. Feed intake estimated through measurements of gut content or amount of waste feed. However, crustaceans are slow and massive feeders, thus few other techniques are used. Feed account for around 60% of production costs in intensive aquaculture systems. Several studies have documented a range of feeding inefficiencies on crustacean production. Optimal feeding scheme enhance growth, water quality, survival, size uniformity, minimizing wastage, and access to production. Thus, measurement of feed intake is important and techniques to measure the feed intake of crustacean is discussed in this video together with the pros and cons of each techniques. So for the first method is the collection of waste feed. The animals were starved for 46 hours before the experiment started. They were fed once each day at libitum with pre-weighed feed. After that, uneaten feed was siphoned off after 3 hours, dried 24 hours at 60 degrees Celsius, and being weighed. Leaching, which is the dry matter loss of pellet in water, was determined too. Lastly, the voluntary feed intake can be calculated with distributed feed minus by leaching and minus by unconsumed feed. The pros of this method is it is easy to be conducted and not much professional tools and knowledge required. As for the cons, this method may be not accurate as small tearing particles during feeding process may affect the accuracy of feed intake. The second method is the gut analysis method. This method is usually used to measure the feed intake among the wild crustaceans and certain culture species in order to check the stomach fullness and gut content. The relative stomach fullness is calculated by dividing stomach fullness with maximum stomach fullness. As for the pros of this method, feed intake and preferences to feed can determine accurately. For the cons, serial slaughter required and have limitations to growth studies or repeat method. And the third method is the time series photographs. These methods are used for analysis feed intake and feed interactions. Feed intake was visually estimated based on observed consumption or feed pieces removed. Feed intake was recalculated to drive it for feed and taking into account differing feed piece mass and dry matter content. Time that animals spent interacting with feeds was calculated in minutes with 2 photographs in each minute. The pros of this method is it ensures the animal undisturbed and feed intake based on the counting of pellet ingested. As for the cons, this method is impossible to be conducted in common culture and certain species feeding is difficult to be observed. The next method is the acoustic analysis method. Most crustaceans emit sound during feeding where closing of mandibles during shredding of food. Specific amount of pellets are given and start recording when the animal took the pellet with hydrophones. Higher number of clicks in first minute shows the animals have greater voracity to consume feed quickly and have larger stomach volume. Number of sound pulses over the pellet ingested are related to feed intake. Click rate or the pellet combined with maximum energy generated at frequency peak indicates the quantity of feed consumed. This method is a useful method to measure the feed intake without disturbing the feeding process of animals. However, the accuracy of this method are still undefined and further studies are needed to be done. The following method is the radiography method. Pre-weighed quantity of feed containing radio-opaque markers were used to feed the animals. Pellets marker were X-rayed to determine the relationship between the number of markers and weight. The number of markers in digestive tract of lobster were counted and cm estimated from calibration curve, where cm equal to milligram of dry feed per gram wet weight of lobster per day. This method didn't influence the animal's appetite and no serial slaughter required. Accuracy of feed estimate was verified too. However, the instruments needed are expensive and not able to conduct by farmers. As for the conclusion, in my opinion, radiography technique is the best method used to measure the feed intake of crustaceans in terms of accuracy. However, collection of waste feed still suggested to be used in small-scale farms. Accuracy of feed intake result can increase by changing properties of pellet in terms of moisture content and binding agent and decreasing the pellet diameter. Accuracy of feed intake improves when there's reduction of tearing particles formed in feeding process. And that's all from me. Thank you for watching.